Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Prison Architect. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. Things are going pretty well at the moment. In terms of money, I mean, they probably could be going a bit better. We're sitting on $24,000, which is fantastic. That's great, and we are, chopping down a bunch of trees, and we're gonna go sell those, and again, that's fantastic. The problem is that that's not enough money. We need $80,000 to buy another map tile. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do, what I reckon we do, is we sell some shares in the prison, which will give us $110,000, and that is a 10% share in the prison. So, there we go. $137,000 at the moment is more than enough to do what I want. And what I want to do is, on one hand, buy this tile over here, but on another, I kind of want to buy this one up here. 200 by 80 meters versus 100 by 160. 200 by 80, and what is this one? 100 by 160. So, the reason I'm thinking of buying this tile, even though it is a bit smaller, well, it's not that much smaller. I want to buy this one mostly because it means I can put my minimum security prisoners right up at the top here, and then as they get moved, if they do things, they'll be moved into normal security, and then maximum and super max. That's my thinking, at least. So I reckon we spend $80,000, we buy this area, and boom, we have some space to play with. Interestingly, that space doesn't have too many trees at the moment, but we have some space to play with. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, well, just get started. Let's first off demolish these walls. Let's then demolish, I guess, the floors. Can I take those out? I have no idea. We'll leave them as is. I'm sure it's fine. I'm also going to prioritize that work because I kind of want it done ASAP. I'm also thinking we should probably get into some planning here. So let's see what we can do with what is essentially going to be a minimum security prison. So I think dormitories are going to be a go-to, even though we have those in the normal security. I think dormitories, I think pretty much everything we have. So dormitories, libraries, canteens, obviously, staff rooms, kitchens, etc., etc., etc. So, I think we're also going to want a reception area. Let's go ahead and say we're going to bring this wall, or this fence, which is, I believe it is a fence. I don't know, is that perimeter wall? No, this is perimeter wall, so that is just a fence over there. We're going to bring the fence right up, and we're going to bring it across as well. So it's going to come in to here. We're going to put a gate on that if we can, which hopefully we can. And I'm thinking I'm honestly just going to bring it the entire way around the map. I know that's a little excessive. I know we don't necessarily need to do that, but I kind of want to do that just because I feel like we might as well. I feel like we might as well secure the entire map with a nice big fence around it. And I feel like we might as well start up here and work our way into this new building. So this is all going to be fence here. I think I'm going to do some kind of like courtyard in front of it, because that could be kind of fun. So let's go 15, and then on the 16th, we're going to start bringing our wall in. So we'll go 10 meters, leave room for a door, we'll go 10, and then we'll bring this back out, and we can actually put another gate right there. We could absolutely throw a pathway in there, and we could probably do some exports or deliveries or something up there if we really wanted to, but this is going to be quite, plain and simple. So we have 10 meters, 2, and then 10. Well, I think that's technically 11, but one of those is a wall. We'll bring this in, say, I reckon another 10, and just go straight up. And I think what we'll do is we could put some offices up here. I don't know how useful those are necessarily going to be. So instead, what I think I'd like to do is say that maybe this is sort of a reception area. And then maybe this becomes sort of a staff area or something like that. We'll let the staff sort of come in, do their thing, or whatever. We could do a small staff canteen up here, actually, which might not be a terrible idea. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring this back just by 1, just to make that corridor a little bit wider. And we'll say that this could be maybe just a staff room. I don't think it needs to be a staff canteen. This can just be a plain old staff room. So the door for that can be right there. The prisoners come in, they go to reception, and then they go out this way. And I'm thinking I might take a note from what we did on the original prison, which if I remember right, we had... I think the library was originally the yard, wasn't it? Or something like that? I might be wrong, but I think what we'll do is basically bring them straight through and then say that there's going to be this corridor that goes the entire way around. And I'm going to go for quite a big yard on all of this because it's going to be a fairly populated space, honestly. So something like that is going to be the yard. They can go straight through it if they want to. Otherwise, they'll be going sort of around it. So we'll do that sort of thing for entrances to the yard at the top and bottom. And that'll be the yard. So let's go across, bring this up, and that's going to be essentially a walkway that goes the entire way around it. Which I'm a little nervous about just looking at this because the top part of that is a fence or a wall in this case. So building right on the edge of the map might actually be a terrible idea. Because if they get out, they can escape super easy, so... Maybe someday we buy another tile down here, or up here, rather, and see what happens there. Actually, now that I think about it, this entire design is a bad idea because it's not expandable. Not in a nice way, anyway. So, yeah, let me just fix that. So I think this looks a bit better. I think it's fairly self-explanatory what this bit in the middle is going to be and what this big area is going to be over here, but up front might not be as obvious. My thinking here is prisoners are going to have a long walk up a path into here, into a reception area, then they'll be brought out and brought to their cell. These other rooms are going to be, I think, security and a staff room, and then probably just storage and storage at either end there, just because I think that's probably something kind of useful to have, you know, something kind of bigger than just the tiny little rooms for storage that we've had so far, like this one and these ones. So that'll be good, I reckon. I'm thinking this could be visitation, and this could maybe be some kind of workshop or something like that. I just kind of want to put my prisoners to work in one way or other, so hopefully we can manage to do just that. And I was thinking down here, could maybe be something like, if we go 5 and down and like this, we could probably do some kind of staff canteen. To be honest, we could maybe just do this sort of thing and redesign the area a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier to work with there. So something like that. Maybe a staff canteen could go, or sorry, a staff kitchen. Well, a kitchen in general would go there, and then over here we would do, let's see, something like, am I doing this right? No, I'm not doing this right at all. What way have I done these walls? So this one needs to go straight down, and then I believe this is where the kitchen goes. If we wanted to mirror that. I don't necessarily want to mirror it, I'm just thinking, like, that could be the staff kitchen canteen. Then down here could maybe just be some workspaces as well. So maybe this will be visitation, this will be staff kitchen, then canteen. Then down here we could do some kind of corridor. And maybe just split this up a little bit so it's going to be cleaning and laundry. Might not be a bad idea to do it that way. We'll go for one of them slightly bigger because we don't really have a choice. And yeah, that should work out. We can turn those into some workspaces for the prisoners. So we'll want a door there, we'll want a door there, a door there. For visitation, I want to try and do it in a certain way. So visitors will come in, go up here into essentially a staff corridor, and can go in there, so prisoners come in on that side. So they should never be able to get into the same corridor, at least. This space, again, going to be the yard, and then I guess we need a common room, we need a kitchen, we need a canteen. We're probably going to want things like a chapel, and classrooms, and things like that, and an infirmary as well. Don't know why I couldn't say the word there. So we'll go 10 and 10. We'll go another 5 and 5. And we'll come up like this. I think we're going to need a fairly sizable canteen on this. So something maybe like that. And I think that'll probably do for a kitchen as well. So staff door, and then the door for the prisoners can be, I don't know, there and there. So that'll hopefully be big enough. I reckon it will be. I do reckon it will be. So that'll be canteen, kitchen. I do want to get things like a chapel, like I just said. A library as well, I think would be really nice. So what if a library was to go here? Doesn't need to be huge, so 17 by 8 is probably big enough. We could probably get away with some kind of chapel down here as well, so we'll do 17 by 8. And that actually works as a really even split right there. So if that's, hold on, if that's 17, we should be able to go to 9 and have that be the midpoint. So that could actually end up being 2 classrooms right there, which wouldn't be terrible. The only issue is they're going to have to enter it from this side, or I'm going to have to cut into the chapel or something like that, which I don't know if I want to do, to be honest. What if we maybe just, well, no, hold on. Let's try and figure this out. What if the chapel was just elsewhere? Or what if this was something else? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this out a little bit. Could be another staff room, I suppose. So if we go to objects and do a door there, this one will be a classroom. This will be chapel, library, and then I guess we're having a corridor down here as well. So something like that, and then I guess what we can do is do a 9 by 8 square here, and that can just be a second classroom. And then I guess next to it could maybe be an infirmary. Might not be a terrible idea. So something like that, with a door there. So chapel, oh sorry, library, chapel, staff room, classroom, infirmary, canteen, kitchen. Do we need anything else? I mean, this is going to be sort of a workshop. We could absolutely go for psychiatry offices, but I don't really want to hire another one of those. I think we're good. I think we've sort of got the layout here of what's going to be minimum security. So let me just go ahead and do... I kind of want to put fences around this as well, so it's almost its own sort of contained space. So if I go... something like this. Let's do like a 3x3 pathway around the entire thing. Well, not a 3x3, but like a 3... You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So something like that. We'll bring the pathway sort of down this way and up to here, and we'll just sort of keep it going around the entire thing. So out to about there. I'd like to just go like this, even though it's going to be missing a part of the building. Obviously this big gap here, but that means it's expandable, which is kind of good. And then for fences, we're just going to bring some fences the whole way around as well. That's objects. That's not what I wanted. I want to do walls around this. I might do sniper towers, but I feel like we're probably not going to need them. But we'll see. I'll definitely consider it. Let's just wrap up the fences there. Actually, you know what? For this front yard, I'm going to say... bring the fences right out to the road and up to there. Actually, no, that's a terrible idea. Let's just have them sort of go to there. So they're not going to perfectly surround the building. But what we can do is have them sort of go up to there. Or even, honestly, just out to here. Have them have gates at either end. So that way the prisoners are going to be sort of delivered into this area. And then they can't actually get out, which is fantastic news. Because obviously we've got the perimeter wall all the way out there, but we've also got all these different gates and walls in here. So that seems like a good idea. Let me go ahead and just throw some lights in here because I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there. I'm going to try and space these out evenly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there. Okay. Can I actually get one there? No. All right. Well, technically I can put them on the road, so let's do that. So we got a bunch of lights coming up there. We'll go for a light there as well and a light there. And at the corners as well, just to make sure this area is nicely lit up. That's kind of important. Gonna dismantle these lights out here because I can. And I guess I could throw a couple more in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there. All right. So we'll throw all of those new lights in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 2, 3, 4, 5 there. All right. So those can all be installed. That'll brighten up the area really nicely. Obviously gonna need to get the foundations in over here ASAP, but I think I'd rather go ahead and say let's put the fences up first. So let's start doing that. We have some serious construction work to do with these fences. It is probably going to take a little while to do, but it's absolutely going to be worth it. So let's go with this perimeter one, which is going to be actually not that expensive, which is good news. So we'll do a fence all the way down there, all the way down to there, and over to here. And then obviously the fences around the minimum security wing as well need to go in, which should be nice and easy. So all the way over to here. We'll just keep the game running while I do this. It's not like they're going to be building it that quickly. And all the way up to there. And then technically the gates need to go in as well, but I'm thinking it might be worth holding off on those because we are going to need to get servos in. So I think a servo there, and a servo there are going to be very, very important. We already have some servos down here, which is fine. So we're just going to sort of let that be. We're going to let them put the fences in. They're already working and taking out a bunch of trees. So my builders, my workmen are going to be really, really busy for just a little while, I think. I'm also realizing we need space for the utilities for this wing of the prison. So we need power and, well, we don't need water, I suppose. So power, I reckon, could probably just go into its own room up here. And then maybe just have it super secure so that people can't mess with it. So power station there with perhaps, if we go to planning, maybe some kind of double door on this. So something a bit like that. So they have to go through, you know, a couple of different doors there to actually get near the power thing itself. The power thing. Really, really good use of words there. You wouldn't think I'd been commentating videos for nearly 10 years. That's a reality right there. I said, like, this channel has not been around for 10 years, but I've been sort of doing YouTube stuff on and off for about 10 years at this point. I've definitely been, like, I wasn't doing gaming 10 years ago. I was doing, like, well, I was 15, well, I was 15, but I started when I was like 14 doing these awful, like, I say it was sketch comedy. It really wasn't. It wasn't funny. It was a 14 or 15-year-old's idea of what would be funny and edgy on the internet. So it was like just really, really cringy humor is all it was. It was really, really bad. Fortunately, those videos don't exist anymore, which is really good news for me. Where are you going? I really don't like that they still walk out here. That really bugs me. That really, really bugs me. Can I go to stone here and just patch up some of this space? Because it's definitely in need of it. We can also technically go and do some stone around all of these fences as well, which is beautiful news. So absolutely going to be doing that. We might as well take some stone around all of this as well. Just to get that little path in there and just to keep my builders busy, really. So we'll get them doing all of that. I mean, the fence is taking its time, mostly because I think they're working on, yeah, moving a lot of stuff to export. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's prioritize the fence. And let's see just how quickly I can get them to actually build That's a huge perimeter fence right there. There seems to be a lot of prisoners smuggling things in right now. I'm not sure how to feel about that. We're also technically losing a lot of money. So it might not be a bad idea to go to objects, go to sell, and just clear a bunch of these out so that we can get ourselves back up to 59,000 there, 60,000 and beyond. So we'll see what happens. This fence is actually coming along. This one is not really, which is okay, I suppose. I guess my builders are they're just gonna be busy. That's kind of what it is. They've got all the trees to go, they've got all the fences to put in, they're gonna have so much foundation to put in here as well. They're doing the stone paths as well. They're kind of doing everything other than what I want them really doing right now. But okay, fair enough. Let's take a little look at informants while we're here. Do we have any ex-law enforcement? Do we have any snitches? Do we have anything like that? It doesn't really seem like it. Let's just go ahead and activate all of my informants and see what we can learn. This one's actually being taught. I love that this guy's walking around. Can I maybe give like 2 chairs to those rooms? I do like that they're going to the psychiatrist though, and then this guy, they're working as well. Anyone working in here? No, unfortunately. Would have been really nice if they were. What are you being taught right now? Your concentration is terrible, your understanding is good, your attendance is 74, your success chance is 0%. Oy. You've got a 2% chance. Okay. Fair enough. We'll see how that works out, I suppose. I'm not confident, honestly. Not really confident. What are you doing? Oh, you're an informant. Yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Let's have ourselves another little look then and see. So you apparently have, you have something on you. Can we search you? Yeah, there we go. So he did have a weapon on him. All right. So intelligence is actually telling us that people have things. Now, this guy's quite suspect right now, which is worrying. For example, this guy has things as well. He's already been flagged to be searched, which is interesting. So hopefully we can check him and find whatever he's got. If we have another little look here, though, at the informants, I mean, yeah, there's, I mean, we know that a lot of stuff can come into the prison that is, I don't want to say deadly, but is not something we want to be in the hands of the prisoners. But I think we're doing okay, honestly. Oh, hello. So yeah, these guys are all targets down here. These, like, straight up, they are actual targets. That's quite interesting. What are you doing in here? Oh, you're actually being taught something. So where are you going? Escort prisoner to security's apparently a thing that's going on. Let's see. They're chopping down trees so that they can put the paths in. I feel like they haven't prioritized the fences at all. I feel like they really haven't. I have 100 workers, man. You'd think that it would get done super quickly, but apparently not. Let's go ahead and throw some stone in here just to patch up that gap. It's weird that we've actually got these gaps in the path. We've got, I guess, what am I looking for here? Paving stones right there needed. Are we missing paving stones anywhere else? I guess here would probably look better if we put some paving stones down. Just because we can. And then I guess up here we could, we'll go for like concrete tiles, I think. Mostly because I can. So we'll go for concrete tiles, and then I think what we'll do is actually just line this entire thing in concrete tiles as well. Just before the trees get completely overgrown. It's going to be easier to do this now than later. So, entire way around there is all going to be concrete tiles. This little bit down here needs to be concrete tiles as well, and they're actually putting those in already, which is fantastic. And then I guess out front, we're probably going to need to put something as well. Otherwise, the trees are straight up going to overgrow this whole thing. So, I mean, I could do road. I don't think I want to do road. But it is an option. Interesting, I can also pave over the sidewalks there. Okay. I mean, that could be kind of nice if we paved over it with paving stones, but the concrete tiles probably look better.